Hey.
Welcome.
Uh,
UndR Podcast, Episode 5. My name is Bolahan Oseni, and my man right here, Church with the Merch, Church 816, aka Drew Zilla, in the building.
what's up? What's up? How you
How
living,
y'all
man?
doing
You
today?
living good?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Blessed and thriving as per usual. We always thankful. We always too blessed to be stressed. We try to keep it light. You know what I mean? Try to keep
Yes,
it light
sir.
as far as that. But life is life. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, we doing good. I
That's
have
good.
no complaints. Could be a lot worse.
So let's start it off right, man. You called it. You said it was going to happen. Tom Brady, the
Uh,
GOAT, returns.
Hey man, I told you straight up and down till they turn in that paperwork just because I've seen other veterans do it, you know what I mean? To wiggle around situations or to just get, leverage or whatever it might be. So I figure he'd do the same thing, you know what I mean? Uh the Bucks was kind of a not a one and done concept, but I do think
Right.
that since they won in the first year, they became compelled to try again, and
Mhm.
then it kind of set up that loss. So it just kind of continued the storylines. So it's like I said, I thought it was going to depend on free agency. Been a lot of big moves. The Bucks haven't really done anything crazy, but I know they had like 15 free agents coming off their Super Bowl team, and
Mhm.
they did sign Carlton Davis though. Carlton Davis third was a big quarterback coming into free agency, but
Gotcha.
they re-signed him. So
In case anything
uh,
happens to Tom Brady.
yeah. So, and I mean, and then it's not even I've heard rumors he might even try to get traded to San Francisco.
Really?
That's what I heard. It's, you know, not the most popular opinion, but that's what I've heard. So to me, I feel like anything is possible.
Well, I was
Uh
gonna say if he stays in Tampa, it's not a good look for Kansas City, is it?
for me, it's excellent news. First off, congratulations to Pat Mahomes. He just got married, so congratulations, young brother.
So okay.
You know what I'm saying? His fiance slash baby mama, now his wife. So congratulations to them.
That's what's up.
And congratulations to him on getting another opportunity to run that back because we all know what happened. If you you know, fuck with me in any kind of way, you already know what I think about that Super Bowl. Happened right down the street from where I'm recording right now. So I have to watch the scene of the robbery every day. So
Why
trust
do
me.
you think it was a robbery?
It's just the circumstances, man. That's the thing about sports. It's about season opportunities. Nobody will ever talk about the circumstances of Super Bowl 55. Like they'll never talk about everything that was going on to where it was just like, oh, it's just up. Tom Brady won. That's it. Like that's all that happened.
You think
But
the
it's like I
NFL
said,
gift
congrats.
wrapped that game and gave it to them?
It wasn't that. It was just everything that happened. I mean, COVID, we came down the day before, not the week before, like usual Super Bowl teams, first home game in Super Bowl history. Our linebacker coach, Andy Reid's son, got in a drunk driving accident, injured a 5-year old. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a
I
lot of
remember
stuff
you
going on.
talking about that now.
Oh, Eric Fisher, the longest tenured chief at the time, former number one overall draft pick in 2014, snaps his Achilles in the AFC Championship game just the week before. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
So what you saying?
oh,
What you saying is if it happens again, the Chiefs gonna win.
Mitchell Schwartz, the right tackle, had hurt his vertebrae because Michio Melee had tore both ACLs on one play, like week 3. Like, bro, there was so much stuff that happened to us that season as far as our O line and for them having that. And then the fact that I believe in that game, that was Andy Reid's third lowest halfback draw call rate, like I think in the history of him coaching. Normally, when people blitz from the outside, you got to run a halfback draw. But this ain't about Super Bowl 55.
I hear
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Congratulations to him, and congratulations on him getting an opportunity to run it back. But Tom Brady, we knew it. He's not done. He said he wanted to play till he's 45 as well. So I mean, he told us. Like it's just really not. I'm not. I'm really kind of indifferent about it.
He's 43 now. How old is he?
No, he's 44. I think he turns 45 in August, I
Okay.
believe. And shout out to Skip Bayless. That's just how I know that. Um, you know what I'm saying? But I believe, yeah, he said he was gonna play till 45, even if it's just for the TB12 lifestyle promotion. I said I was gonna play till I'm 45. You know what I mean? And I mean, what does he have to lose? Like, let's say we win that Super Bowl 55 and then they lose last year. He probably run it back again. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they win this year.
He's still
You know
going
what
to
I'm saying?
come back.
It's
Yeah.
still even if he comes back and loses this year, they won one Super Bowl in a 3-year span.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad,
That's not a
you
bad
know what
deal.
I'm saying? That's what they brought him there to do. So I mean, it's really since they already got the Super Bowl quickly, it's kind of like house money.
It kind of reminds me of the Peyton Manning situation, but yeah, I hear you.
Kind of same thing with Peyton Manning. It's like, well, shit, he won one.
Yeah.
So like, was it really a failure? Oh, they got you know what I'm saying? They got their tail whooped by the Seahawks in that one. But you know what I mean? Same thing. It's like, are you really upset? Nah, Peyton Manning got another Super Bowl. So I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I'm kind of upset. I lost some money on it because I was riding on my homeboy, man, my homie. I was riding
Bro,
on my
you know,
homie,
bro,
man. I
bet on
said,
him.
man, it's
Bro,
his
bet on him.
time. I said,
My
it is
boy, my
time.
boy is a stock. My boy is a
Lost
stock.
$100, man. Bad
My
as
boy is a stock. My boy is a stock. You can bet on him.
But you
Because
know
here's
what?
the thing, bro. Here's the other thing about that Super Bowl. Even if old boy just catches the ball when my boy Mahomes threw a dot horizontal, you know what I'm saying? Like when my boy is literally sideways, like if he would have just in the face met, if he would have just caught that and we lose the game 31-17, 31-23, we still statistically probably lose the game. But even if we would have just scored one touchdown, they would not be able to say as much negative stuff as they want to about my guy.
But I
So
gotta
you see the
ask.
league is changing.
I
You
gotta
see
ask.
everybody chasing my guy, everybody
I
picking
gotta
up these
ask. I
DNs
gotta
today.
ask though. I gotta ask.
What? What?
Against Tampa.
What
Are
happened?
you betting against Tom Brady, the GOAT?
Yes, because we saw what happened last year. Exactly what I was trying to say. Injuries, and he can't do it with no names no more. What happened? Injuries. They couldn't. He couldn't do it with no name dudes. Antonio Brown gone. Chris Godwin coming off a late season ACL tear.
Okay.
Mike Evans, you see, yes, Mike Evans is Mike Evans, but you got to bring Gronk back, who actually I've heard is already practicing in the facilities. So that should be you know, if Tom Brady's coming back, why would Gronk not? Who
Yeah.
cares? You know what I mean? We know that. Um, the big ones are like Pierre and Dominican Sue. They got the Vita Vea contract, so they're bringing him back, the big Samoan dude up front. Um,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like they're putting it together, and it's like I said, if they can get an OBJ to come over, or you know what I'm saying? That like the Bucks are doing what they need to do in a characteristically still weak NFC South. It's the same concept as when he was in the AFC East. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. Like, is it gonna line up for us to have a decent run? They went 13-4. They'll probably go. I haven't looked at their schedule, but Matt Ryan being Matt Ryan, unless Deshaun Watson comes to uh probably the Panthers, I'd say. Oh, and the Bucks got Russell Gage too. They did get Russell Gage, which is decent. He wasn't playing so well towards the end of the season, but Russell Gage is a good pickup for their system and what they run. They'll probably get Cameron Brate back too. I know OJ Howard's a free agent. I just know, obviously, because the newspaper.
you live in Tampa, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I just hear about.
I can't even tell you I know any of the names you just mentioned, but I'll trust your judgment.
Oh, bro, trust me, I know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? But it's literally like, you know what I'm saying? Because I put myself, you know what I'm saying? It's perspective. So I put myself in Tom Brady's shoes. What would I do if I was, it'd be like, oh, well, okay, I got Mike Evans. We know Gronk's coming back. Gronk or Gronk will play if I come back,
Right.
They franchise tag Chris Godwin. So if I'm Tom Brady, it's like, okay, I got my safety net, my 2 stars. I got the headaches out the way with AB. You know what I'm saying? Just give me somebody that people have heard of. You bring in Russell Gage. If that's me, I'm cool with that. He might not be cool with that, but I feel like he's setting up that offense. And I think one of their veteran linemen, I think he actually did retire because I
Right.
think he was a little bit older. Linemen can play well into their 30s, but you know what I'm saying? He finally hung it up. And I think they obviously still got I think he's a sophomore, maybe even third year now, Tristan Wirfs.
Hmm.
No, I think he's a sophomore this year. Um, That's probably their best lineman. They just re-signed Ryan Jensen, probably my most hated Buccaneer. Um, you can watch the highlight reel of the Bucks beating us in that Super Bowl and see him holding on one of those Gronk touchdowns. It's pretty annoying, but he's back for 3 years. You know, he loves bending over in front of Tom Brady. I mean, playing center.
Something else,
Uh,
man.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Playing center for Tom
All
Brady.
right, man.
Um,
Let's wrap up the Tom Brady football.
but you know, I'm just looking at it and being fair,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm Tom Brady, I'd run it back too. Like, I mean, what does he have to lose?
Bending down for Tom Brady. You something else.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm Tom, like, why not? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? The NFC's wide open. He knows he can beat Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would. And then you got to think about it. He come from Belichick. They think about winning differently, and I like that, and I at least respect that part because he said, "Oh, I'm gonna retire for 40 days, 40 nights. I'm gonna see what happened." A-Rod signs to the Packers. Russell Wilson goes to the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? So now the NFC even more wide open. You know what I'm saying? Can the Rams do it again? Ain't nobody repeated since.
Russell Wilson left the Seahawks?
Yeah, he's on the Broncos, bro. You didn't see?
No, I didn't see that, man. That's crazy.
Bro, the Broncos traded 2 firsts, 2 seconds, I think like a 5th and a 6th, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris to the Seahawks. And I think the Seahawks gave up like a 4th and a 7th or something like that.
Not that
like,
you went biblical. Instead, he went all 40 days, 40 nights. You something
bro, that's what he did. It was literally 40 days. It wasn't even 6 weeks.
I hear you.
He wasn't even gone 6 weeks, bro. That's like, it's literally like, oh, if we record this show and I got this off of Kevin Wilde's first things first, like, okay, Bowler, you'll be filming this, right? Like, that's like if I hit you up on Thursday, it was like, oh, I'm done. I'm done with the show. And then on Tuesday, I'm hitting you up like, oh man, I think I want to do the show tomorrow. You can be like, oh, well, you never really left.
Right.
You know, like no games have been played yet without Tom Brady. So therefore,
he never retired yet.
He never. So, you know what I'm saying? It's up there with some of the worst retirements ever. But, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
I don't think the worst is probably Brett Favre, man.
Brett Favre, it was just bad because he was like, I'm back and I'm a Jet.
Yeah.
It was like the New York Jets. I mean, Mike had his retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I wouldn't even call it a retirement. Ryan Clark had me rolling on Twitter. He said, as soon as he heard that, he tweeted, he said, Tom Brady's kids must be bad as hell. Because he's
and I ain't staying in the house.
They said he was hanging out with them kids. He said, I ain't doing this. He said, I'm playing football.
But enough about football. Let's talk a little bit about what's about to happen. What's already going on, as you said. March Madness. How you feeling, man?
Currently in the little box.
I'm gonna share my screen so you can see my bracket. You know, I'll let you talk about.
I want to see your bracket just because I'm not done making all 27 of mine. I do have the game on in the corner right here. I will say. Oh yes. You breaking my heart, man. You know I'm a Friars fan. Oh, why did he do this to me? I like it though. Let's see. All right, Baylor.
I'm gonna show you the next. How you feeling about Baylor?
I mean, Baylor's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't think Norfolk State, wow, they did take out one of our best Mizzou teams with the Presley brothers. That vicious, I believe it was a 15-2 loss or a 14-3. It was a real bad. They beat us real bad. They're tall. They play good defense. But I don't think they'll be able to overcome the defending champions. After that, North Carolina Marquette. That's very interesting. North Carolina obviously beat Duke.
It was a tough decision, man, because I mess with Marquette so bad. Like, I would root for them. I wouldn't even be mad if they beat North Carolina, but my gut is telling me North Carolina.
Well, I'll be 1,000% honest with you. Although North Carolina is playing a little bit better, I think Shaka Smart coaching those Marquette boys. Although he's 0-3 in the tournament while coaching Texas, he's obviously the famous coach from that VCU run. I believe that, and actually nines overall all time have a winning record against eights.
Mm,
It's obviously the most, but I believe that that is credit to the board for making the bracket because the games are that close to where the nines can win
mm.
more often than not. I like Marquette in that spot, and I don't like the Tar Heels. So I have Marquette. I have Marquette winning in
Being a
more of
Duke
my
fan,
brackets.
but okay.
Let's just say that I have Marquette winning in more of my brackets than UNC.
Okay.
So
How about St. Mary and is this I
it
can't even
was the Wyoming. It was the Wyoming Indiana game,
uh,
where
I
I think
made this bracket before they even decided, but I was going St.
they
Mary all day.
Indiana beat Wyoming last night in a game where Trace put up, I believe, 29 points.
Okay.
So them coached by Mike Woodson, I'm pretty sure he's reached the Sweet 16 almost every tournament. I
Hmm.
actually had St. Mary's beating them in that game, but watching them play in a Big Ten tournament like they did, and the way they just played Wyoming last night, I actually switched that, and now I have Indiana beating St. Mary's in more of my brackets than not as much because I have Marquette beating North Carolina in a lot of my brackets. I now have Indiana starting to win in more of my brackets, probably 60-40.
Okay.
So I'm liking Indiana in that spot.
Okay. UCLA Akron.
Um, Akron won their conference tournament, I'm pretty sure, but the way UCLA has been playing, at one point UCLA was a tie for the favorite to win the national title. So I believe UCLA will win that quite easily.
Yeah, I
Quite easily.
think so too.
Yeah. I don't think that that's one of the upsets we need to worry about. I mean, you never know, but I don't think that that's where um, we need to be worried about.
For the sake of time, I'm gonna jump across the board over here a little bit. What you
That's
think
fine.
about this? I got in this little side, I got Richmond versus Providence.
I like you having the Richmond Spiders upsetting
You know
the
it.
Iowa Hawkeyes because they are actually led by this guard. I forgot his name, but he's amazing. Richmond actually beat Davidson in the Atlantic 10 championship based on his play and overall teamwork. They don't have a lot of size, but that's kind of the thing about these small schools is since they're small, they have kids that are usually older than the big schools because the big schools put out so much talent. So that's what's crazy about this tournament. And I really do like Richmond in that spot. So I have that upset also
I
on a
just
majority
I
of.
just picked it so I could be like, Rich what? Richmond.
No, and I believe they're the only spider mascot in the country. And, I got plenty of fam out of VA. So I've always been a spider supporter. I really do think that they have a chance. They don't really lead the Hawkeyes in any category that I'm seeing, and especially offensive rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 12-8, but it's like I said, oh, they foul less. That's about it. So it's going to be a tough out against Iowa, who's putting out a very, very high score. I forgot his name, but he's one of the top scorers in the country right now. So it's a very small upset, but I like how they're playing right now. So I do have that upset, and I really do appreciate the Providence uh support over here. But I'm very upset that I think you have us. Don't tell me. You actually have us losing? Scroll down.
Where?
Do you have us losing to Villanova in the championship?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Oh my God.
Yes, you know it.
Oh.
Let me go to my next screen. Just for the sake of time. We can talk about this all day long.
Oh yeah, oh no, I really could. I definitely could. The origin of my love for it is in eighth grade, they had a bracket contest. And being from Kansas City, the hub of Big 12 basketball, a lot of the brackets in the school had Kansas winning.
Mm-hmm.
And normally with bracket pools, it's about getting the winner right. Obviously every game counts as far as your points and stuff. But like if you get the winner right, you get it. And I swear, I can't remember what it was, but McNamara, fourth, I think Hakeem Ward, Hakeem Ward, Carmelo Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in Syracuse, man. And I got it right. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
won. I remember I won this bracket way back in like middle school, and that's what got me addicted. So now I play Every year, man. I think it's the best thing in sports. You got to win like 8, in some cases 9 games. It's absolute. You have to be hot. You have to be consistent. You have to be healthy.
Did you do the bracket I sent you? I don't know if you got the emails.
I think no, that's the one I got to finish tonight because no, most of them don't start until tomorrow because some systems count the playing games the first 4, and
Got
some don't. So I think the official ones, it's all uh yeah, tomorrow morning. I think 12:15. Providence plays at 12:40, man.
Yeah,
It's immediately.
I don't really normally do this. I've done it like once or twice over the years. But this past Sunday, I kept telling my wife, it's Selection Sunday. Selection Sunday. She was like, if you don't get your big Selection Sunday, I ain't never heard you say you did no bracket before. I said,
No, man, I'm telling you. Hey, the special was lit. Greg Gumbel, it was lit.
he said you had never done one before. You talking about Selection Sunday.
Hey, it's very important, man. A lot of I guess that's kind of the other thing we need to talk about is the teams that got out of it. Cause that was kind of the other part that was crazy. Dayton, Ohio. Some people thought they should have got in, and that would have been crazy because if they would have been um in for like the last 4 in, they would have had a home game because normally the first 4 games are played in Dayton, Ohio.
Got you.
So that would have been crazy. A lot
That
of
was a
people
good
think
fantasy
Oklahoma.
Sunday.
A lot of people think Oklahoma should have got in because they ended up beating Baylor. Um, and their whole rank, like overall, was like 40 overall. So they thought they should have got in because Rutgers, even though they're playing right now, their like rank towards the end of the year was about 77. But the wins that they had against those Big Ten opponents was why they got selected.
Strength of
Uh, yeah, Texas A&M made it all the way to the SEC championship, and they didn't get in.
Ooh.
That's actually got the SEC considering moving their tournament championship to Saturday instead of Sunday because when your championship is on Sunday, they feel like it doesn't give the people enough time. But their thinking is that our win is fresh on their mind. But clearly, it doesn't work because Tennessee, who won the SEC tournament, only got a 3 seed, and they definitely had an argument to be a top 8 in the country. So it's like I said, it's interesting. And then SMU out of the AAC, they didn't get in, even though I think 2 other teams got in. It was Houston and let me look on this thing. I forgot. It's one other team that got in, but they should have got in. They felt like they should have got in. So there was it was, but I mean, with so many teams, you know what I'm saying? What do you do? But that's the beauty of the game. Some people believe that the bracket is a loser machine.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying, in major sports, there's only like across like the 3 major sports, there's only like 4 teams or something like that have never won a championship ever.
Yeah.
Like, so they're saying that like winning an NCAA tournament is just so unattainable that only like, you know what I'm saying, so many teams have ever won it.
I agree
So
with
shout
you.
out to Duke, who got the 2 seed. All 5 championships we've ever won have come from the 2 seed.
Okay.
So hopefully Coach K will get it. And actually, I saw a report today that a ton of money is going in on Duke because it's Coach K.
Well, I got y'all losing to Michigan State though.
Second round, you lost your mind. You lost your mind. They might not be, bro. They might not be Davidson.
I hear
Here's
you.
one trick. Here's one trick that I'll give America about brackets. Don't check the seed, check the spread. Because a lot of these times, these 10 and 7s, these 8 and 9s, these, you know what I'm saying, 6 11s, these 5 12s. If you check the spread, they'll actually tell you what's up.
I just
Because
broke my heart. I mean, I messed with Davidson. Of course, Steph Curry played for them. It kind of put them on the map.
right, they're 0-4. They're 0-4 since Curry left, so that's why I think they'll win.
You think so?
That's why I think they'll win.
Okay.
And I really don't want to face Tom Izzo second round. I just really, I
I'll tell
don't.
you, man.
The whole Duke Michigan State thing, I'm over it. And the reason why I want to see, because I want to see Texas Tech and Duke. I feel like that game could be like legendary. Just how both the teams are playing right now, I feel like it'd be a good game.
2 versus 3, I could see that.
Having them beat Alabama, that's good. Because I don't think Rutgers or Notre Dame is going to beat Bama, regardless. Picking Gonzaga is not a bad. That's not a bad. A lot of people are
I
going
like
with that.
Memphis, but
Got Nova beating Tennessee, but you got Michigan beat Colorado State. That's not bad, bro. Houston's probably beating UAB. The Chattanooga Cons, they might beat, but you from Chicago. I wouldn't
nah,
expect you
I
to not
wasn't
pick
gonna
U of
pick
I.
nobody.
Yeah, I figured you know what I'm saying you would
I said
buy.
they'll
You would
kill me alive, man, if I go
if you don't pick U of I.
Chattanooga. It's
Chattanooga.
okay, though.
Come
I
on,
wouldn't be
bowler.
mad though.
Come on, Joe.
Come on, bro.
You can't do that, Joe.
Who you
Nah,
got winning the whole thing, man?
in most of my bracket, in my main bracket, I think I got Coach K. I got another long way bracket where Texas Tech is winning the same bracket almost the same way. The problem is the West. To me, the West is the hell bracket because you do got Gonzaga, the number one team in the country. You got Memphis. You got UConn. You got Arkansas. You got Alabama. You got Notre Dame, Rutgers. You got Texas Tech. You got Michigan State. You got Davidson, and you got Duke. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the hardest one. The easiest bracket to me is Kansas because
Yeah.
Kansas lucked up and got Auburn. Auburn was number one in the country at one point this season, but I don't. I'm not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling the Auburn Tigers.
Enough about the bracketology.
Just like I said, no, like I literally like I could do a whole
I
separate
know. I'm like, we gotta wrap up
like
the show. We
I'm
can
all
talk all
I'm
day.
absolutely bro. I'm sorry. I'm so
No, you
sorry. I know
good.
so much about this stuff, bro.
You good.
Right now,
Let's
Rutgers up. Right now, Rutgers is up on Notre Dame by 2 points with 2:09 left in the first half. So
okay.
it's competitive. It's a good game right now. Oop, 39-34. Okay. Uh, I think what's his name? Number 0. I think he's actually the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Rutgers has. So I think he's just playing lockdown D on whoever they got.
I wanted to talk about a guy named Jalen James. I think he's still in high school.
Oh, is that the clip you sent me on
Yeah,
Instagram?
I got it right
Okay.
here actually. Let me share my screen again. But I thought it was real interesting because the first time I saw this post, people were saying girl power. Oh,
I'm sorry. What? Who was saying girl power?
somebody posted it and they were basically saying
Where'd he go? Hold up, Jalen!
that bracket's crazy.
Oh, shit!
So then it's still
Where'd he go? Hold up,
Jalen! That dunk is crazy, man.
Wow.
He looked like he only about 5'6", 5'7". I don't know how old he is. I
I
reached
mean,
out
you
to
know
him.
how it is. When you that light, you got bunnies.
Yeah.
I'm saying I could dunk pretty easily like when I was 14. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it's like, once you start eating sandwiches, like you know what I'm saying? It like stop just eating candy and watching TV.
A lot of people think he's gonna be a good prospect though, man. They talking about him, they hyping him up.
I mean, one thing that I can't do is spend time watching high school talent because it's like I
Yeah.
said, if there's that many college programs, you got to think about how many high school programs
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Because you really don't need a lot of money to do a basketball program. It's the easiest sport. It's probably, I wouldn't say it's the out of the contact sports. It's probably, I think you get clear for basketball before soccer or football. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not saying we should follow it. Like I said, it popped
it's
up.
tough. I just wouldn't know. I was just saying I wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
got you. But
but
a lot of
so I
people
know a
talk
little bit
about,
about Bronny. I know a little bit about, but that's just because that type of stuff's on ESPN.
yeah, yeah. I
Because
wouldn't be
there's so
surprised if
many
he ends
kids.
up doing well though.
There's so many kids out there hooping, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and that's
It's hard to
why
make it. It's not easy.
it I told you, man, 150 starting jobs is the hardest job in America. That's why I try to teach financial literacy, knowledge of self. Says stuff that's gonna serve a little bit more purpose than
Mm-hmm.
basketball. But I love playing basketball. Like I said, I want to coach kids one day. I do think it's a great sport, great opportunity, but um, the G League is developing. There are alternative avenues to
Mhm.
hoop and make money, but it's one of the most difficult things to do, and especially because it's different now. The scouting, it's so saturated. The league got so much talent. That's why I think there's two more spots than when we was kids because there's just so many
Yeah.
good players now. It's just there's the
I don't know.
internet. You can find a kid from nowhere because of Instagram.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's mess up the whole draft class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So post COVID, probably even worse now. Just out of nowhere, kids come up. But shout out to him. Duck looked sick. I almost thought he broke his arm to
Yeah.
be 1,000. The way it kind of bent, but he was turned under.
It was
But it
sick.
almost looked painful, but it looked sick dunk, man. Everybody went crazy.
Everybody's
Right? Everybody went crazy.
oh. But anyway, talking about the league, let's end on our last topic of the night. Carl Anthony Towns, the cat, dropped 60 on the Spurs.
I believe that. How many did Anthony Edwards have? That's the question.
I don't know. I don't have the stats for that game actually, man. But when I saw that, I was like, no big man has done this since Shaquille O'Neal.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Defy big man. What are his measurements?
I don't know, man, but when he was playing against what's the big man, Anthony? On the Lakers, he kept
Anthony
calling
Davis?
him, you too small. He kept doing this to Anthony Davis. You small, dog, can't guard me. I'm like, man, where was this energy at 2-3 years ago when you had what's his name on your squad? Dudes on words right now. I can't think of no names to know. I'm getting old.
Jimmy Butler?
No, not Jimmy Butler.
Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins.
Well, they both, what's crazy is they split up and then they both got hot. Andrew Wiggins
Yep.
got on the Warriors, started playing good. Maple Jordan, former Jayhawk, he get on my damn nerves. But the same thing, man. Sometimes it's situation. DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, yeah, he's 6'11". Yeah, he's a big man. Yeah, Carl. But I mean, these guys are different. Jokic being a point center,
Yeah.
with Embiid and Cat being kind of like, I don't even know what to call them, like scoring forwards, super forwards, like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Because they're not really like power. They can do like, they can shoot now. They can like, don't leave a big man open. You can't do that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a different game. I like it though.
These two, yeah.
I like it. You said not since Shaq. We know how Shaq did it. Shaq did it dirty
Yeah.
on top of people. Like,
No, but I gave him credit because if he did it against some boo-boo team, I would be like, all right, man, whatever. But to do it
yeah.
against the Spurs,
I mean, some people would say that the Spurs are rebuilding.
I hear you. They still,
You know what I mean? Some people would say that, but I mean, a Greg Popovich team is still competitive in my eyes. I'd say competitive. What they missed the playoffs for the first time in like 20-some years the other year.
Yeah.
So I would never call the Spurs a bad team, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're competitive right now. Another note, like I was saying about DeMar DeRozan, 32 years old, just go to the Bulls. All of a sudden, he's scoring, I think his lifetime is like 25 a game.
Yeah.
Now he's doing 28. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just situation.
Yeah.
It's literally just because basketball is such a rhythm sport. It's not about like, football is like human chess. Like soccer or football is more about timing. Like basketball is about a rhythm. That's why it goes so well with music.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be in rhythm. So sometimes it's vibes, man. Like guys get in certain situations just start to excel. So I mean, good for them. And I like that. More, you know what I'm saying? More positive energy than bad. I'd rather everybody be healthy and playing good than, you know what I mean? Any alternative.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how far You know what I'm saying? The Timberwolves will go. I feel like in a couple of years, if they can keep Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, yeah, there's super dangerous. Add a little something to that. Small market though, man. I mean, I know Milwaukee did what they did, but
Yeah. The small market teams is always difficult, man.
it's because what's the incentive?
Yeah.
What's the perk? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the? Because I'm a Heat fan. I know everybody want to play on my team. For real.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't have James Harden, but I'd rather have Jimmy Butler. So
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
now the only other thing I want to talk about real quick, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. What
He
about
put
him?
up 60. He put up 60 something, and then they took him out with like 7 minutes or something left in the fourth quarter. So we're talking about a potential 75. At one point, he was scoring so much, people was even talking like potential Kobe catching. That's how he was doing. Some people think that the only person who can stop Kyrie Irving is Kyrie Irving. Some people believe that it is just, da da da. Some people, think extremely high of him. Some people think extremely bad of him just because of what he done or what he's doing,
Well,
choosing not to get vaccinated.
let's talk about that for a second because I
Yeah,
thought
man.
that was a hell of a statement. I think the Brooklyn Nets were playing the New York Knicks at home. And per New York law, Kyrie Irving could not play in that game, but he can be in the stands as I guess, a ticket buyer because he walked in,
Maskless. Maskless.
maskless. Yeah, he walked in,
Maskless.
and I thought it was real key that KD called out the mayor at the press conference. And I'm like, man, like they all kind of sending a message like, how is it fair that fans can come in here maskless, nobody checking if they have the vaccine, not worried about that. But you talking about you trying to protect the players. That's why they need to take the vaccine. Like,
For me, it's like I said, to me, a lot of the reasons why he doesn't have certain things. Well, first off, I can't judge anybody else's decisions on what they want to do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, if it's his decision, I give it, that's fine. Like, you can do whatever, but just, you know what I'm saying? There's certain consequences that come along with that. And some of them could be your job. So you just kind of had to be prepared for that. I don't knock him in any way. You know what I mean? I do think that the process does need to be fixed. I got friends in the New York area, you know what I'm saying? They often complain about mandates and, you know what I'm saying, mass this, mass that, vax card this, you know what I'm saying? It is an issue. Being the biggest city in the country, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. I just think it is wrong to like judge him as a person. Uh, but I guess it does get personal when you're talking about a team sport. You know what I mean? Like he is affecting the other guys because they
Yeah,
can't
but
get in a rhythm or you know what I mean? Or
to me, I prefer what Kyrie's doing than what what's his name did. I'm terrible with names tonight, man. Green Bay quarterback.
oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. How you gonna lie that you have it?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would
You know
never
what I'm
lie.
saying?
Yeah, I would never.
Like,
Yeah, don't.
and
If
that's a team
yeah,
sport. And
that's a big
not
deal.
about that. It's swept under the rug.
I
Nobody's
agree.
talking about it no more.
I just think I don't know. I wouldn't say that Kyrie Irving is the only thing in Kyrie Irving's way.
Yeah.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is like you said, it is kind of like he could just get vaccinated and then, but it's also like, well, we could just fix the mandate. So I mean, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's, Martin Luther King or anything, but you know what I'm saying? But like I
agree with
appreciate, you know what I'm
that.
saying? I do think that it is good.
I don't
I think it's good to bring it up because it does not make sense that he is there. So I think it does bring it. He's doing enough to bring it up to where they need to talk about it and fix it. They do. They do. Because it doesn't make sense that he's there dapping people up. The Nets even got fined because they let him in like the team area without a mask and they know he's unvaccinated. So it's like all this nonsense, like, you know what I'm saying? Fine him $80,000 because he came in there without a mask on because you said that he can't play in the first place. if it's a road game, he can go, or I don't even know, because that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so just uninterested, and I hope that the Heat take advantage of all this nonsense. So like, I just hope that it equals. Ben Simmons still ain't playing. I just hope it all equals with W's if they happen to sneak in as the eighth seed.
Well,
Because I feel like we'll end the season number one. So I want the AFC to be discombobulated and worried about stupid stuff. So it's fine with me.
I hear you on that.
But they do need to fix it. It don't make no sense. He in the highlights, massless. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
I mean, he did it on purpose to send a message. I get it,
Right.
a message clear, but I think the NBA needs to be clear and concise. If you allow, or it may not even be the NBA, but these teams, if you're allowing your New York teams or San Francisco teams and California teams, if the rule is teams that play in your state must be vaccinated, then the visiting teams also have to be vaccinated, because you're doing a disservice. There's no point if you're making me get vaccinated and the people coming in, you're not. And the people going to the games, the rule should also be everybody should be vaccinated then, or take it away completely and tell people to mask up and participate at their own risk.
Hey, you know me, bro. All I'm saying is I'm the type of dude, bro. If you'd have told me that it's okay that we walking around doing all this stuff in masks, where I'm from you know what I'm saying, from where we from, I'd have told you was lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm from where like they don't let you in with masks, backpacks, scarves, and none of that. You know what I'm saying? For where I'm but that's back in the day. So we in a whole different world now.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing, and it's just crazy. I just think that it's interesting that it's like people are like, he dropping 60 and he ain't even playing every night. Like, and then some people like, well, he should just want to play. He don't want to play bad enough because he won't get vaccinated. And then people are like trying to.
I can't stand the Stephen A's, man.
Man, bro, just it's like I've heard so much controversial stuff about
watched Stephen A. Don't get me wrong, but on that take, I think he's absolutely wrong, man.
Well, I watch Stephen A. I support Stephen A. to the fullest. Yeah. I do like Stephen A., but I also like WWE. So I recognize when somebody's being a little bit of a character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I feel like the brother just take it a little too far, but I do love Stephen A. But he get a little loud and he get a little, but it's like I said, I feel like it's just nothing to come at people about because they're trying, I don't know. Because the same thing, like Ben Simmons, what's wrong with your head? You're getting all this money, just play. Kyrie, what's the problem? You're getting all this money, just vaccinate. You know what I'm saying? So I feel what they're saying, that it's like, oh, it seems easy, but I feel like the vaccination is a little bit more serious because there are health complications and da-da-da-da. I mean, I'm not trying to minimize mental health because that's Ben Simmons' claim.
Yeah.
But same shit. It's
there's always that dichotomy, like, well, these players are getting paid all this money, just shut up and dribble. So,
and I'm not a fan of that, but as a hooper,
essentially that's what they're saying on the slide, like, shut up, dribble the basketball, collect your money, and go home.
And I do not like that at all. Yeah. But as a hooper, if I'm on your team and we really are just hooping, sometimes it does come down to, because we not all getting the same money.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So it does, like, if you and me is on a team and I don't even care, Bola, you getting a meal, I'm getting $500K, but we out there having fun. But it's like, oh, this whole vaccine, this vaccine, that. There will be people on the team who probably be like, Bola, well, if you just did this, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear them saying
it ain't about the money. You getting double the salary, bro. Let's just play. I want to play. You know what I'm saying? So there gonna be those people.
I would be like, man, I got a family. I'm not taking that bug for nobody. Like, as much as I want to win this championship, I won one already.
And then some people is like, but that's what I'm saying. But some people is like, I gotta play because I gotta take care of my family.
Yeah.
So it's such a. That's why I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna agree.
It's too. There's too many angles. There's too many. It's just people got to do what they want to do. I just bless everybody. Hope that, you know what I'm saying, people can do what makes them happy and just, you know what I'm saying. And if the Nets are okay with it and they want to run them every other game, Yeah, that's just what they doing. So if they're willing to work with it and he's doing it and everything's okay, more power to him. It's a new day because that wouldn't happen in the 80s. That would have happened in the 90s. So they'd be like, "You not doing what?" You know what I'm
Not
saying?
about that.
Like
And
you, man, bro, when Magic Johnson announced that he had well, not that he had but you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
There was guys talking about I ain't playing with him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you know what I'm saying? Like same thing. Like you could have guys who are like, oh, he not vaccinated. Like people could, and it's ugly. That's what I'm saying. I don't like none of that around sports.
no.
I don't like none of it. So it's all a gray area, bro. That's why it's crazy.
And on that note, we'll end the show with something we do like, our intro song. Man. Hey, 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 hey.
Like, comment, subscribe. You already know.
Until next week,
Till
subscribe
next
below. Thank you for watching.